Zoe, again, just good, cheap, elusive threat. When you play her on 1, she Nexus strikes to create a super cool star chart, which generates you various random celestials. So just cheap, elusive units that helps you draw cards. And then we've got Teemo here as a second cheap, elusive unit in our deck. Both of these pair very nicely with Suit Up here. When drawn, costs 2 less. So if you're really lucky, you could play one of your elusive champions on 1, peel a Suit Up on 2, make your elusive champion immediately a 4/4. We've also got Sparklefly and Lunari Shadestalker here as additional cheap elusive threats. And then I've got a little bit of a rummage package to pair with things like Dustbringer that generate extra things we don't mind discarding. Ballistic Bot generates us an ignition every turn that we don't mind rummaging. I've got some goats here. I've got Sump Dredger along with Chump Wump to filter and generate more things to filter through. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. Yes, Zoe Fizz is the third Zoe deck we're going to play tonight. So Zoe Diana, Zoe Teemo, Zoe Fizz are the lineup. If you're someone that's not able to watch all evening and you want to catch the replays later, you can find highlights on my secondary YouTube channel, and then on youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland, I post full stream archives as well. If you are new to the channel, I stream Runeterra here almost full time. I'm like 25 to 30 hours a week of Runeterra, and then another 10 to 15 hours of other variety stuff. I'm usually doing Runeterra stuff 5 to 7 days a week, depending on the week. But stream overlay, am I using that you can hover over the cards? That's the Mobilytics overlay. Opponent is playing Mono Victor. Concedes. Got it. Dex confirmed busted. 100% win rate, Zoe. Hey, Hangdren, thanks for the biddies. I really appreciate that. Riven Lee Sin. Oh, Lee Sin. I'm gonna mulligan Chump Wump, keep the Dustbringer with the Shadestalker, definitely keeping Zoe on 1. There are a lot of great words you could use to describe things you don't like. I'd prefer if you avoid using cancerous to describe them in my spaces. Please and thank you.
These hands and magic.
I think we just Ballistic Bot here, right? Like, bot into some treasure sounds great. Mahent, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Flipper, welcome to Hoaglandia. So this generates that fleeting card, and then we get to ditch that fleeting card to this here Sump Dredger, which sounds just lovely. This card also synergizes all right with Zoe because the Ignition is technically a second differently named card towards leveling Zoe down the line. I trade this here and keep the Ignition generator for the time being. And again, like, I know it kind of feels bad when your champion dies, but like, they spent a 2-mana card and put the damage on one of their units in order to kill my champion there. So like, at the end of the day, it's like, not really a big deal. Oh, hey, what's that? Maybe I should lead on Teemo here, so that way they try and murder him instead of Zoe. I'd much rather prefer Teemo die than Zoe die here.
I write the rules of power. Another day in the field.
So we know they have 2 Blade Fragments in hand currently. I think I'm just playing Shadestalker and pressuring with elusive stuff here. Just start racing. We technically spew value on this ignition, but we'll get another one next turn. We already have a star chart in our hand, which means this one just becomes cheaper, so he does not make additional star charts. So, unfortunately, she doesn't get to draw a card here, but that's also fine. Star chart's also a really nice Nightfall enabler. I guess the upside to leading on Zoe over Teemo is playing Teemo after Zoe triggers Zoe. So it probably is right to do that first.
A pleasure to see you, Master.
I would like the stun 2 things card, please. That's unfortunate. So Zoe's probably gonna die to this. Yeah, it's a slow stun, though. It's a little too late. They're probably trying to decide if they want to burn their fragments to murder something on my board. Killing my champion sounds appealing, but they're also only 1/1s right now, so...
Are they still here?
It's really well done, Dive. Welcome to Runeterra.
The old tongues are spoken in blood.
Prepare yourself.
Chester never loses because Zoe makes the rules.
Did she say Chester never loses because Zoe makes the rules is? Was that voice line? Good pandemic life advice there from Chumpwump. Put on your mask, secure your tail, start your day.
Grow free. Whatever the cost.
No reason to attack these into their lifesteal ephemeral here. If you're talking about the Soraka Kench deck, no, I don't think that deck's... it's fine. If you like playing the Soraka Kench deck, it's playable. I wouldn't list it as one of the best decks in the format, though. I do think it tends to feel bad to play against, so people tend to overestimate how strong it is. The question is, do we get combo killed by Lee Sin this turn? That could be a real thing here.
Warrior but hands to wield a weapon. The heart and mind to aim its strike.
The Soraka Kench deck is the one prison deck that's competitive in Runeterra at the moment.
Our enemies cannot hide.
Okay, so they're one spell away from leveling Lee Sin. Okay.
Center your spirit. Prepare yourself.
I was just saying that's an ambitious one. How do we feel about Mystic Shot, kill this before this dies? I think I'm into it. They played 2 spells. They're gonna get 2 dragons this turn. I'm gonna hold on to these for now.
Foolish to underestimate you.
If I draw like a Teemo, I want a bench slot. Okay. Well, I mean, we technically should be averaging 1 point of damage per card they draw. They have 29 puff caps and 28 cards at this point.
Conflict is all in
High roll, and they could be dead here. Just an average roll.
I fight with the dragon's fury.
Hey, Clastronaut, thanks for the two-thirds of a year. Welcome back. I appreciate the prime. They're guaranteed Blade plus leveled Lisa, and they are, yeah, because they're gonna get the Blade when they get the attack token here. All right, we just need 4 mushrooms on 1 card, chat. No big deal.
Can you improve perfection?
Ah, we are really unlucky. They drew 4. They hit 3 puff caps in.
Shattered hearts mend in time.
They only hit 3 puff caps in like 5 cards this game. Are we dead to the Lee Sin is the question. This is doing 12 currently.
Violence to end violence.
Prepare yourself.
If I click OK, I'm guaranteed to live. But they're noxious, so like they could have burn spells and stuff. If I block, I die to might. Do we put them on burn spells? They could have something like Death's Hand, right? I think it might be right to hit skip block and just take the damage and go to 1. We could die to might here, but I think it's correct to do this.
Safety disengaged.
All right. Yeah, I'm saying if I block, I die to might. Press a pick. So, might is the reason to not block. Is what I was articulating there. All right, all 3 Zoes were murdered, but Teemo was able to survive because Zoe got murdered and was able to drag us to victory. They were at 4 in top deck, 3 puff caps. That is correct. I mean, pairing Zoe with other must-answer threats is a great way to approach her. So, like, she either sticks around and generates value, or they murder her and then one of your other must-answer threats gets to hang out. We have had a lot of people concede game 1 against our Zoe decks tonight. A lot of people, there has been an unreasonable amount of turn 1 concessions. I really wish it gave us LP. I really wish it gave us LP. I think we keep this as an elusive threat, and we mulligan these looking for something to enable the sub-treasure here, like Ballistic Bot would be nice. Sweet. Nailed it. Perfect curve. I think Bai is a plenty playable card. Then I think we just open on attacks here. If they play Fiora, I don't really want to attack into that with this. Then we get to go Sump Dredger, ditch the Ignition.
River shape the land and give it life.
System upgrade.
The balance requires a watchful eye.
I think I Chump Wump so I can just lead on... I think I Chump Wump so I can just lead on level Teemo attack.
I sense an imbalance.
I think I just take 5 here. I guess this is bad. I guess this is bad in the event they did draw single combat. Yeah, this kind of sucks against single combat. It's possible I'm supposed to, like, Ignition and then have Pale Cascade to try and eat Shen.
I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning.
It's not 15 shrooms currently in the deck, it's just 15 shrooms planted, Beck. Yeah, he still levels. Ha! I technically have Judgment Mana here, but I don't think I'm supposed to play around that card in this matchup.
Currents pull them down. There is no dispute.
Good chance they have a trick to protect this.
What form will
Okay.
the waters take?
Think I'm just playing Ignition here. I feel like we're trying to burn them out at this point, so I want to take every point I can get. If you want to live. Oh, I was really not expecting them to have a threat here. The fact that they took the pass to me on the Ignition is real bold there. Maybe I should have just not taken the point and burned their mana. That's probably what I should have done.
My shield is yours.
Honor dictates both our actions.
Yeah, that was bad on my part. I should have just burned my opponent's mana last turn.
So we go.
They gave me a mediocre pass and I took it instead of passing back. The 1 point was not worth that.
Mother Moon veil me.
No, Sharp Sight's the only card they've played so far. This is currently 3 mana Sharp Sight.
They would fall by my blade.
Well, so the plan here is punk them out with elusives and mushrooms and ignitions, huh?
Can you improve perfection?
We just hope they can't kill our thing. Ha, that's a Zoe? Do I play Zoe? Does playing Zoe give them any extra outs? I don't think so. And this is better in the event that they have a piece of removal.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
Hey, Stealth, thanks for the follow. Hute, thanks for 14 months. Welcome back. The deep variation we played the other day was actually really good. Yeah, I think there's a good chance they have a piece of spot removal. So playing a second threat into the spot removal sounds appealing.
System upgrade.
Okay, we are high rolling on mushrooms so far.
You're covered.
Duty, self, they are under my protection.
What if this rolls the stun 2 things card?
Portal me something cool.
Can you improve perfection?
I mean, this gets countered by Deny and Nopify, so like it's kind of a pipe dream, but it's definitely the play.
I find them unworthy.
I think Zoe's great, and there will probably be multiple playable Zoe decks in this format. It does. Spell Thief does work on things. Oh! I could have thiefed their Nopify. That's a good line. Yeah, I totally could have thiefed their Nopify. Because this says play spells they've played, and played and cast are different. So a card is considered cast when it's successfully resolved. Played just means it's on the stack. So I definitely could have rolled an Opify there with the Spell Thief. Alright, I'm gonna put 10 Puff Caps in their deck in hopes to draw a Mystic Shot and kill them. We could get 4 on 1. They're averaging 1 per card draw. The hope here is they draw 2, which is only a little bit of a high roll, and then we draw Mystic Shot. So far this has felt worse than the Starlit Seer build that we played before. Not being able to protect our threats. We have card selection to help us find our threats, but we don't have ways to protect them once they're on the board. This matchup, similar to Fiora Shen's, probably terrible. If we get mushrooms going early, that might be our saving grace. They tend to draw a lot of cards. They can take damage from that, but our deck's just full of tiny things that Kench gets to devour. Yeah, if Teemo gets going early, he might be able to pick this game up on his back and carry it. I despise Kench too. Kench, right behind Fiora will be my top decks that I ban on Saturday for the Pick Ban tournament.
Never know what hit 'em.
Is it aggro or a combo deck? We're an aggro deck. It's also important to note that like those two things aren't mutually exclusive. Like you could be an aggro deck that's also a combo deck.
I bear a message from. Oh, hey, what's
Or Gohard. Nah, I really don't mind playing against Gohard that much. I think Gohard has a lot of counterplay to it on average. Wow, that's fucking brutal. Alright, so we're dead. I think we've died, Chip.
Vandal Scout never.
That's really gross. They took our one-mana Luces out back and shook them down, chat, like common criminals. What justifies being a combo deck in Runeterra? Having a combo kill. Maybe we're supposed to Sparkle Fly for another point of damage there.
I will find the goodness in you.
Yeah, just not gonna bother at this point. Yeah, Shen Fiora is actually a good example of a deck that's I would classify Shen Fiora as a combo aggro deck. I think that's very accurate. It is an aggressive deck that has a combo finish in Fiora. Fiora is a one-card combo. She have other cards you play with her to enable her, but she's definitely a combo finish. This hand's great. Teemo into bot, into Dredger, discard the ignition from bot.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
I think all three of the champions in this new set are reasonable.
Armed and ready.
Most champions in Runeterra are reasonable.
Doesn't mean
Champions like Vlad are like the exception more so than the rule.
Witness perfection, meatbags.
Witness perfection meatbags.
Upgrade.
We even have the rummage to pair with our ballistic bot this time through, which is great. Draven might still be the better choice in that deck. Maybe, but you probably need to play games to figure it out. I like that our opponent is taking the time to try and figure it out. Too often in card games, people like to assume that they can figure out the answer to something without putting in the work. And that's usually a mistake. You usually need to be able to put in the work. Alright, so this game is over. My opponent has spent their fourth turn not adding pressure to the board and instead decimating me. So their hand has to be god-awful. Giving Darius quick attack does sound good. So we get to rummage, ditch these two, and then I still have a mushroom cloud to level Teemo, which is great.
Follow Behold the horizon. Excuse you.
Excuse you. Yeah, Riot releases really easy to acquire assets in Toth in a really consistent way that makes it easy for developers to update their tools like the overlay. Look how sparkly!
My faith protects me.
I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning.
I traded my 4-3 for their. I didn't just trade my 4-3 for the 2 for a future 2-2. I traded my 4-3 for 3 points of life in a 2-2. My opponent's deck has a lot of reach in it. Keeping my life total high has a lot of value in the matchup like this. Although Sparkle Fly is also gonna help do that. I forgot to click Zoe when I was attacking. That's probably why they did the emote. So I was talking to chat. I'm gonna blame chat on that one. It's fine. We don't need Zoe's help. I'm giving my opponent a handicap because we're so far ahead.
Can you improve perfection?
It's fine. It's ultimately gonna be like 1 point of damage.
So ordinary.
Watch them live at 1, right? We are going to 5 here. Maybe I should have blocked this one too. Yeah, that's probably the line, huh? Just like use this as a gain 7. I think that's the play. Yes, you can thief things that are still on the stack for reference. Play the Udo reverse card. Yeah, exactly. This card's very good. You should probably have 2 of this in almost every target deck. You want to play? Card is great. Spell Thief is great. And so one of the things that I would encourage you to do early is too often players are going to be looking at kind of big picture type things when they're looking at new cards like this. People are going to be asking, how does this deck feel, Jeff? And that's the wrong question to be asking yourself early on after new cards get released. The question you want to be asking yourself is, what cards feel good and feel powerful that are worth exploring more? You're basically never going to get the details right to start, and figuring out you're never going to get the entire picture right to start, and figuring out which details feel okay so you can mix the right details together is the best way to start building something new. My Bezo Bucks have been supporting a smaller stream that's been up and coming, but that doesn't mean I don't still love Hoglandia. I miss Magic content, but until it's enjoyable, you keep doing what feels good. Congrats on success with Runeterra. Thanks, Earthium. I really appreciate the bits. Hope you're staying safe out there. Good evening. I'm probably gonna dip back into Magic stuff when their new set releases at the end of January, but definitely not before then. Zoe Victor. Sparkle Fly to block there, Zoe's actually seems okay. I'm gonna mulligan these other 2 cards, looking for something that can give us something to discard to Dredger. Nice. Magic does like 12 weeks of spoiler season, though, so, like, they just started spoiling cards, but their set doesn't release till, like, January 28th. It's forever from now. I can just take that trade there. Evening, Blue Man. Hey, Jeep, thanks for the follow. Egger Q, thanks, welcome to the channel.
One star's whoopsie is another spark. Son this, move that. Adults are boring, but they're pretty to paint. Oh, gravity. Which side was upside again? Whichever way the paint drips, Zoe.
Yes, yeah, next Runeterra set will be in February. Wow, that was like a really above average turn for them, huh? And the February Runeterra set will be an 80 card set. It'll be an 80 card set that includes a 9th region.
Prepared for anything.
Now there is no prey to stop. I'll give you pets.
Why is Jeff playing Sparkle? I'm playing Sparklefly because Sparklefly's really good. Elusive lifesteal is very difficult to race. We're not playing Sparklefly because other people are playing this card. We're playing Sparklefly because Sparklefly is good. Speaking of good, that was a nice pickup. Sparklefly alongside the support Grant +2/+2 was very, very good in the previous set that we played. The Zoe deck before this one. Sorry. This is our second Zoe deck of the evening. Milk Shark, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Look at this reality. Look how sparkly.
Look how sparkly.
Feelings.
Alright, so we haven't put any shrooms in their deck yet, which is sad. I think we just open attacks next turn. Offer this trade here. Okay, so because they took the hit there, now I kind of have a decision to make. Do I want to rummage these away, or do I want to save them to level Teemo? I could see that going either way.
Okay, what did you do this time?
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Tons of damage.
Roar.
I think I want to murder Zoe before she levels up here.
Once I stamp papers, now faces.
Once I stamp papers, now faces. Ooh.
Flee with 2 E's.
Safety disengaged.
So if this can generate a crescent strike, we can attack past these, which would be nice. I have heard the Terminator reference.
Like the god I am. Yow!
So do I take the stun here to connect with my elusives? Or do I take the silence to wipe the elusive off? I think I want to just wipe the elusive off of this. Yeah, I think with the third elusive blocker played.
Zoe, wanna see how good my aim is? Deal. Lux, where are you?
Zoe's at 9. This levels Zoe at burst speed. I think I just do this now in case they peel a hush.
In times of crisis, an aspect descends to herald the reshaping of worlds. Grow free. I forgot how slow time moves.
I technically missed a point of damage with my sequencing there. If I would have leveled her before she hit, they would have taken more.
Yow, 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 yow. To the sock drawer! They never suspect us there!
Riddle me something cool. Cool. Zoe, what's your name? Vandal scouts are never afraid.
Am I about to die to double Pale Cascade because I didn't stun their thing because I wanted the stuns for next turn? Died a Mystic Shot here. There's a good chance we die here. I wanted to be able to push lethal next turn. That might have been wrong. Yeah, I probably should have. With the Paddle Star in hand.
Stupid.
Hey, thanks for the 31 months, Captain Command. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I think I played this turn wrong. Opponent surrender. Are they not playing Mystic Shot? They must not be playing Mystic Shot, right?
Super fun, and I gotta say,
I definitely should have used a stun defensively there. Hey, Breastfeed, thanks for the Prime support. I really appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at in the world. Hope you're enjoying the new set. Is Zoe the amount of ridiculously cute that you're hoping for? She's honestly so much better than I was expecting her to be. I was expecting her to be playable, but like we've leveled her way more than I was expecting to level her. This feels genuinely powerful. Juju Gazabi, thank you for the 55 months. I really need to. I'm making a note to contact. I need a 60-month sub icon. I have a few people there soon. I need it to be something different. Easy mulligan there. I'm gonna mulligan the Lunari Shadestalker here too. I think I would like something that can enable some treasure to discard nicely. This is a great drop. I'm actually gonna play Teemo here, and I'm gonna throw Teemo under a bus when they attack.
They'll never see it coming. Behind you.
Spoil the surprise?
Hey, Thomas, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Alright, would I rather get a star chart or gain a life? I think I'd rather have a star chart.
It's from. Oh, hey, what's that?
No one's the wiser.
Time for the main event.
Bagul, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. This is probably useful down the line. I think I want to play Sump Dredger to have a good block here. I think I'm ditching super cool star chart. It might be right. It might be right to bin this. Zoe's been great. It's $10 donation decks only for subscribers. Non-subs can submit decks, but it's $20 for a non-sub to submit a deck.
Damn it.
It is cheaper to sub and submit a deck, but who am I to tell you how to spend your money, chat? You do what makes you happy. I think I just want to get Shadestalker down here. I don't think I want to do the Spell Thief just yet.
Your path ends here.
We ride for Noxus!
I think we're ditching Star Chart again here. This even just enabling like these draw discards has been fine.
God axes need victims.
It does include builder on submissions for Runeterra. Yeah, I'm in for mushroom builds with the new landmark for sure. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mother Rune veil me.
This turn we're gonna gain some extra life on the Sparkle Fly. Gaining 4 might not be enough here. They are a Darius deck, and they could have Darius next turn. Yeah, but having an extra 2-1 in play doesn't do anything, though.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
We were peaceful once.
I believe we have died. Don't open attacks. Don't open attacks. Damn it.
You leave me no recourse.
Yeah, you can get the same spell multiple times with Spell Thief.
I can't even.
For Zoe. We did that earlier. They put maneuver on the stack and then we maneuvered them back. It was quite excellent. Gained us 7 life, and then we killed them on the backswing. Noxious Piltover Teemo. It's like a throwback to the Noxious Piltover burn deck that was a thing once upon a time. When I'm mulligan the Pale Cascade looking for one of our elusive 1-drops, but Ballistic Bot into double Sump Treasure is really great.
Witness perfection, meatbags. Humanity is obsolete. System upgrade.
They need to start making subpar cosmetics or I'm gonna go broke.
Let's make it deep.
Yeah, definitely the old burn deck, huh? Alright, Sparklefly, your turn to shine. The lack of gems in this build makes Sparklefly a little bit worse.
Brewing up some trouble.
Easy trade.
Hey, Mum's too like a yodel in uniform.
I'll try anyone.
Can you improve perfection? Join me if you want to live. System upgrade.
So, part of me wants to get down Sparklefly and start gaining life. Another part of me wants to get down Sump Treasure so I can go wide on the board. I guess I could do both and, like, only gain 1 with Sparkle this turn, and then plan to Pale Cascade it the following turn. I think that's the line. I don't know that I'm in love with, like, the Zoe aspect of this deck, but the Ballistic Bot plus Sump Treasure has been real good.
The few for the many.
Spell Thieving Feel the Rush. Now that's hilarious. That sounds truly stellar.
For the Empire. Look what you did.
We could get burned out here.
Come here, darling.
It might have been right to pump this turn. I'd have less things in play too though, so I wouldn't be able to block as well.
Disengage.
Hopefully they can't do 9 without attacking, because if they have to get into combat, I can Pale Cascade this and gain a little bit.
Clear it out.
Destiny awaits.
Hey, Tighten the Clock. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate it.
Default. Inferior design.
For someone that asked earlier why we were playing Sparklefly, that's why. Sparklefly is not quite as good compared in this deck compared to the Starlit Seer variation we were playing before this, but it's still worth its slot. It's so good in these aggro matchups. The message go through as well? I believe so. For Frozen Shrooms with the new landmark. Sounds excellent. I appreciate the support, Technoclock. If you're new to the channel, by the way, and you're wondering why Titan just sent me a deck list, I would love to play one of your decks on stream at some point in the future. I play 3 to 4 decks a day usually. For the next week, we're going to be playing at least 3 a day. We're going to do 4 tomorrow and Friday morning. If you'd like to get your deck played on stream at some point in the future, find the details there. On my website, Darius Draven. Sparklefly sounds good again here. Honestly, all of this seems kind of okay. I'm going to mulligan the bot, maybe. Let's mulligan the bot. Hey, thanks for the 25 months in, yeah? Have a good rest. They just forget to attack? Deal. We take those. I don't think Spell Thief is actually playable if it doesn't have anything to get, which is actually relevant for Nightfall cards to know. I'm pretty sure it wasn't lit up earlier. Or maybe you can play it and it just doesn't do anything. Is that it? Yeah, you actually just can't cast it. I think I'm actually keeping the gem here because gem with Sparklefly is going to be really good.
Axis coming right up.
Would you like to kill my Sumpturer? So really solid curve here. Alright, get to the chopper! Suit up! Yes, suit up is a permanent buff. Come on, you don't take your pants off. You don't take your pants off after you've been wearing them for a little bit. Hopefully nobody will doubt our Lord and Savior Sparklefly at any other point tonight.
Now we're cooking.
It might be right to block here. If I get decisive maneuvered out of this game, I could get decisive maneuvered out of this game. I think Sparkles is supposed to block here with 2 Pale Cascades to protect it. Yeah, I should have done that. My play was bad there.
I go ways to find me mushrooms.
All right, if they don't have... All right, so now we're dead. We're dead to a lot.
The few for the many.
It's important that I open attacks here, so that way we can get above 10, so that way if they have Darius, they can't level him this turn. Because if I make a play before I attack, and my opponent plays Darius, Darius will be leveled. And you can't put Darius back in the box.
Party's over. War is no game, brother.
How do we feel about double Mushroom Cloud them so we can kill them with this if they hit one?
Fight it!
Another day in the field.
I'll pick 'em, you plan 'em, kid.
Another line could have been, it could have been right to play Teemo pre-combat, because if we played Teemo pre-combat, we could have had lethal with this guaranteed.
Everything's in place.
And then it wouldn't matter if they had, leveled Darius.
Vandal scouts are never afraid.
It's gonna block as much as possible. It's been a Sparkle Fly day. Yeah, kinda.
Time for the moneymakers.
They have a Whirling Death here to kill Sparklefly. They just... No, it's not missing lethal, because if they would have done that, this would have lifestealed. Okay, so they have not missed lethal. If they atrocity me with this, this will level, but then this will hit, and I'll live through Darius's leveled hit. Just for reference. That's probably what they were checking on the eye. So that atrocity did not have a way to be lethal there, for reference.
My collection.
Would it have been if they atrocitied their own dude? No. Would it have been they could have atrocitied this, I would have gone to 10. I think I would have gone to 1, right? Because I blocked Teemo in front of this. Oh, no, yeah, they missed it. They could have axed this or drave it, Darius. Okay, so they did punt lethal, I believe.
Teemo stood out the yodel in uniform.
I believe they did in fact punt lethal.
Oh, that's a harvest right there.
I believe they had exact C's if the... It's right to play out my cards because my opponent could have a decisive maneuver here to stun this. I guess I have a Mystic Shot. It doesn't matter. There's no wrong way to eat this Rhesus. Our opponent is dead. TK Matt, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Remember the objectives.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Mystic Shot would have let us stop the atrocity. Okay, so they're choosing to play around Mystic Shot. That's a good observation. So if they go for it there, we have Mystic Shot and don't die. Okay, and without sacrificing the thing I blocked with the lifesteal, there was no way for them to get around it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like the thinking through all those permutations. The opponent's sequence seems fine there. All right, sweet. Make my units pack their bags. Boo, suit up in the opener. Rummage plus Chump Wump seems like a fine keep, though. think I'm pretty happy to trade early and often this matchup. The opponent's deck often wins by getting in lots of chip shots, so keeping our life total high and keeping the board clear sounds good. That's such an unfortunate draw.
Shadows.
I think I'm just burning a mana this turn.
You won't suffer long.
Right on time, Dustbringer. Welcome to the party.
Keep up, keep up.
I think with this open attacks, I'm gonna rummage and see if we can hit one of our Mystic shots.
Out from the darkness.
Just like we drew it up. My monkey did just throw a snowball out there, bro. She's adorable.
Why, yeah.
What's it like to be this lucky? Sometimes it gets uncomfortable sitting with the horseshoe in the place that it is.
Invisible to the ignorant.
I'm always up for a round or two. Eyes open.
So I think we're just banking spell mana here so we can play these with some suit ups next turn. That is why I have the standing desk.
A game. Go on then. Watch the ball, folks.
So we have 9 total mana here.
I bear a message from. Oh, hey, what's that?
So we can go Zoe into this. Alright, I think we're gemming this so it doesn't die to the kegged.
2, 3, 4.
And I can shoot up plus Pale Cascade this turn now. Wow, that's really unfortunate. I guess we save Teemo because we can play another Zoe.
Look at this reality. Look how sparkly.
Look how sparkly! Yeah, getting mushrooms into their deck is important.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
That's not terrible. They're at 12? I mean, we could just kill them with elusives next turn.
Sisters. Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
Agri linked in. Elusive aggro is a fun archetype.
Down.
So these have 4 attack permanently. This is going to be going back down to 4 here because the Pale Cascade's going to wear off. We'll start with this and see what we get. Ha! I mean, yeah.
Something cool. Okay, what did you do this time?
Third Pale Cascade's the charm, chat. Do you have a second Bile Feast? Or a Vengeance, maybe? Yeah, Vengeance. You can 100% Spell Thief a Pack Your Bags if they've played a Pack Your Bags. That is definitely how that works.
Like a fish in water.
I mean... Yep.
Looks like I'm on a hot streak.
I've whipped up something special.
Blue as the serpentine. All or nothing.
Nebula.
Never lucky.
That's what you have?
It does not have to resolve. You do not have to wait for it to resolve. Hey, hit me, dealer. It does not say cast. Okay, so this is an important jargon thing. Played means putting it on the stack. Cast means it resolves. So those are 2 different jargon things in Runeterra. Good Lord, we are unlucky. Man, I don't think we can win at this point. I think we needed to hit the pack to have them pack back here. Next card gold cards us. That's actually, so like, we've lost to Go Hard both times we've played it with Zoe decks tonight, but both times we tried Dispel Thief, and if we would have hit the Pack Your Bags, we would have won the game. So like, it's a really thin margin that came down to a coin flip both times, basically. Skeeve, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I'm gonna mulligan these two, looking for something to pair with some treasure to discard for value. Chump is technically something that does that, but it's a little on the slow side.
Explosives prime.
I guess Zoe kind of makes things for this to discard.
This land is ours.
Mother Moon, guide me.
The Winter's Claw.
Defense. Defense. Opponent is playing Overwhelm aggro here, so I think just playing this out naked to keep my life total high here is great. I'm gonna go ahead and Sump Treasure, ditch the super cool star chart before we attack, so that way Zoe can generate another one for us. I don't think I want to offer this trade here. We do have Sparklefly Suit Up lined up, which is very good against the aggro deck.
Everything's in place.
I got ways to find the mushroom.
I don't think I need to Sparklefly Suit Up next turn. I might just Sparklefly Pale Cascade. Beast tonight, Barg. Both their champions cost 6, so they're not coming down. Oh, I'm a liar. I'm a liar. This is turn 6. I think that's still fine with the Pale Cascades. I can attack just fine. This attack's a little loose. Hoping for no Culling Strike here. Getting that life steal in for 3 is pretty big here, I think.
Smell that, Varg? Fear. They forced us to
Fear.
choose death or the blade.
Nice, nice.
Carved from the savage cold.
I would like 1 double stun, please. Probably just Trickster, huh?
Portal me something cool. Okay, what did you do this time?
Bristle, attack! Maul them!
That's a really good draw. This is the downside to playing this. They get to level Darius here. The Overwhelm deck doesn't usually play Harsh Winds. Wow! Wow!
Shall oppose me.
Get wrecked. We just got apprehended. It stuns something for 2 mana, and if they have a Darius in play, they rally.
Strength above all.
It is slow, though. If we had Mushroom, they might have died in this Mystic Shot. I did Mushroom, and they didn't die in the Mystic Shot. Just for reference, I understand how my deck works.
We will resist.
Really, really close game. Something, and this is talking about things that were potential mistakes. Not playing around Darius there lost us that game, right? If I would have opened attacks instead of playing out the second Sparklefly, just played a burst spell, Pale Cascaded my existing one and attacked, their Darius wouldn't have been leveled there, which would have been a big hit point difference for where we ended up at. I think that's probably would have been a big enough hit point difference to swing it. I don't know. This one felt okay. I think compared to the Starlit Seer build we played before this, I preferred the Starlit Seer build. Having more ways to protect the elusive threats felt good. Diana specifically felt nice in the other build, having a little bit of stronger interaction. This build had like Mystic Shot for a touch of interaction, but it wasn't that much. Something that's worth noting that's not on our elusive game plan is that Ballistic Bot with Sump Dredger and Rummage felt really, really good. And I kind of expect like this with these other 2 cards to kind of become a staple in a lot of the mid-range and even aggressive PNZ decks in the format. I feel like I expect that to be something that we're going to see a lot of overall. Teemo seems weak in this deck. Teemo is just a cheap elusive threat. Is the idea. So you Teemo, Zoe, Shadestalker, and Sparklefly is just cheap elusive threats. My other thought is that while we had Suit Up in this build compared to the previous iteration where we had a lot more gems and we had the support card, maybe I just want the last build played Mentor of the Stones, and perhaps I just want to try and fit this into this build somewhere, because this definitely felt like it did a lot of things I was interested in doing in the last build. Maybe we just like give up the Mystic Shots altogether and just be more linear and play Mentor to do things like that. All right, I want to play one more Zoe deck before we call it a night.